I'm Leslie Walker. I am the team leader over here at Top of the Rockies, filling in for Russ today while he is at the regional directors meeting. And I've been saying, I think the whole winter long, that March and April are the snowiest 2 months of the year, and March certainly disappointed. And I mean, April might still disappoint a little bit, but you're very welcome. I put my patio furniture out on Sunday and I rode my bike, and it is snowing today, snowing so much that Vail Pass is closed, and Will Rostron is hanging out with here over here with us today. So we've got a bunch of great things today, including Scott Malouff, our guest speaker. Scott is pretty much awesome all the way around, and I'll give him a more thorough intro when we get to it. But first, let's start off with tell us something good. I don't want to pull teeth for this, but can I have three people who tell me something good that's happened to them in the last week since we last met? Take yourself off mute. Hey, Kate, I'm going to call you. Tell me something good.
Cool. I actually have a funny story. Sunday I was out for my normal walk downtown in Breckenridge, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into Columbine Cafe and strike up a conversation. So I went and sat up at the bar, and I sat there for a few minutes, had a Bloody Mary to do this. And I pulled out this thing about Tiger Woods. I'll read it to you guys really quick. I don't want to take too much of your time, but this is funny. Um, and I love golf. So uh, let's see. So I struck up the conversation by asking these guys if they like golf. And they were like, yeah. And I said, well, what's the difference between a golf ball and a Range Rover? And it says Tiger Woods can drive a golf ball 300 yards without hitting a tree. So, and then we just, I gave them both my phone. I told them what I did. They put their contact information in my phone. So, like that day, I met like five people, it was fun. It was a funny moment anyway. So,
Awesome. And were those valid, legitimate real estate conversations as well?
yeah, I'm one of the guys. He does drones, and I told him I'd grab his contact information for potential listings down the road. The other guy,
Awesome.
he lives here, but he works down in Boulder quite a bit. But no, he's not looking for anything. But they've got my contact information. I've got theirs.
Very good. Congratulations. Kate is also part of the Breakthrough 120 group. So I also know that that is stretching her limits of comfort. So way to go. Good work.
Thanks. Thank
All
you.
right, two more. Savannah, you got something good. I know you've got something good.
Um, Gosh, Leslie, you put me on the spot.
You're welcome.
Um, I got a sweet text this morning from the regional meeting. They were talking about QL, and Brandy, who runs a majority of that for QL, she just had reached out to me this morning, thanking me, and it's amazing the community that is just built around that. So that'll be my something good.
Awesome. That's a great something good. I'm also going to throw out a plug for Listapalooza that is happening Thursday. Savannah is going to be one of our panelists for Listapalooza. So if you haven't registered, let me know. We'll take care of getting you registered and we'll just add it to your bill. So we've got a group of, I think, 8 of us from Top of the Rockies right now that are going down, 3 from Mountain Properties. So we've got a nice gang, and we're going to try to do a lunch afterwards as well. So, all right, one more something good.
I'll go.
Awesome.
Um, as I transition from ski teaching to back to real estate, I have a friend who stepped up and asked me if I can help her and her new husband find a place for them to live. It doesn't have to be um, anything extravagant. It can be a studio, it can be a one bedroom. It can be a fixer-upper one bedroom. They're first-time home buyers. So as we crank up the search for them, I will put that out to my uh, colleagues at KW, primarily mountain properties, because they want to stay here in Eagle County. But it's a great way to start the summer.
Congratulations. And thanks for
Thank,
sharing. I appreciate that.
mhm.
All right. So our base camp buzz, let's talk about the events that we have happening. As I just alluded to, last week we began the first part of Breakthrough 120, and now we are rocking and roll. We had about 20 people, in and out that participated. So congratulations and thank you. And I see both from what you're telling me, Kate, and what other people are telling me that you're actually putting this into action. We are doing our accountability group now daily, 9 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and 10 a.m. on Tuesdays. It's going to be a little wonky today since we've got our team meetings as well, but let's make sure that we continue to plug into that. Monthly team meetings are next, right after this on Zoom, weekly on Tuesdays. Katie Briggs is going to continue with productivity coaching because that's a little bit different than what we've got going on with Breakthrough 120. Rod Fishkin will have contracts training every Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30. Mountain Properties, you have your movie night coming up on Thursday as well at 6 o'clock at the Riverwalk Theater. What are you seeing? Does anybody know? It's okay if you don't. We just did our movie night a week or two ago, and it was great. So we wish you the best on that as well. Save the date
Full,
here. Go
it's
ahead.
full of rock, Leslie.
Fun. Awesome. Well, that'll be a good one. Then save the date coming up the second Thursday in May is Red Day. We have confirmed in Summit County that we are doing a food drive in front of the Dillon City Market from, I think it's 3:30 to 5:30 or it's 3 to 5:30. My numbers are mixed up in my head right now, but we'll get that information out. We're working on confirming the Granby location. Savannah, I want to get with you guys about Estes as well, and I know Ryan's working on something for the Vale area folks as well. 6:12, we have AI in the Mountains with Lauren Lucas. This is extra special too, guys, because she will be down in Denver teaching a class the day before, and then we're having her come up here so that we don't have to drive down to the flatlands and out of our mountain islands. It will be in Silverthorne at the Altitude Board of Realtors, which is right on the main drag there, right next to Bluebird Market. So easy peasy for everybody to get into. If anybody wants to come down, make a weekend of it, let me know. We can help with, we actually have a hotel discount, a rolling hotel discount at the AC Marriott. If anybody ever needs that, let me know. Um, Russ and Charles Coleman, who is our new regional tech trainer, launched 2 weeks ago the Colorado Industry Update Mile High Market Brief. If you miss it live, not a big deal. You can just go onto the KW Colorado Region YouTube page and catch up. This is really great information. I know the question came up during our productivity or during our Breakthrough 120 course. Where can I get the correct information about what's going on in my market? This is one of the places that you can get the correct information so that you don't make a mistake, so that you can help your clients or your potential clients, learn and position yourself as an expert in the community. Also, as I mentioned, Listapalooza is on Thursday, this Thursday, 9 to noon at the Douglas County School District Legacy Campus. It's the faraway one down in Parker. It's a lovely facility. It just means we need to leave a little bit earlier. We've got a whole bunch of top listing agents, including Savannah, who are going to be giving us all of their information about how they do their business so that you can. What I like about KW is that we R&D, we rip off and duplicate. Let's not reinvent the wheel. Learn from some of the best, and let's kickstart our businesses for 2026. Also in April next week is the Spring Mile High Luxury Summit with Brady Sandal. So this will be a most excellent event. If you are not going anywhere for spring break, if you have the availability, if you are in the luxury sphere, or you aspire to being in the luxury sphere, I highly recommend that you attend this. Brady is the head of luxury for all of KW, and for him to be here in Colorado, just down the hill from us, is a really great opportunity. And we want him to come back, so let's show up. This class is the one I know that those of you who were in Breakthrough 120 on Friday, especially know that I'm really excited about this because Rachel Adams Lee is a rock star. She makes social media simple. Um, she's going to be at the PPA Event Center on Thursday, May 21st from 9 to 1. If you haven't listened to her MREA podcast, do it because she breaks down ways to use social media for your business in a way that is not overwhelming. I highly, highly recommend consuming pretty much everything that Rachel Adams Lee puts out there. And then the Quantum Leap Summit 2026 is going to be June 4th through 6th in Austin. If you have somebody 18 to 29, one of your kids, a niece or a nephew, uh, send them. It could be fun. Next, here we have Mega Camp. The low price of $849 is only available through the end of the month. So this is August 17th through 19th in San Antonio. In years past, there was Mega Agent Camp and Mega Leadership Camp, two different dates, two different locations. This year, it's just one Mega Camp for everybody. So buy your tickets. Let's make a plan to go today. And then, of course, our Rocky Mountain Summit is happening again September 23rd through the 25th in Hythe at the Hythe in Vail. We're basically the hosts, so let's start to talk this up. Anybody who we know in the real estate realm, our friends, our colleagues, our competitors, let's get them here. And just in case you haven't jumped into RE Profit, remember you were gifted this for Christmas. Let myself or Ryan know if you have any questions or need help setting this up. The other cool thing, BrokerBot and Command are now going to be integrated. Katie Briggs has been part of a beta testing group, and she was telling us the other day about some really cool features in BrokerBot that are going to make everything that we do in Command so much easier. Katie, I think I saw you here. Are you still here? Okay, I think she's gone. That's okay. The next couple of chair chats that we have coming up, we have Gay Ribble on 420 on listings, getting them and getting them sold. We will have a person for you on the 27th. And on May 5th, which also happens to be my birthday, we'll have Richard Schulman on simple lead generation that works. All right, just a couple of things that we want to highlight today. Summit has a couple of pretty sweet new listings. Ryan Doobie has 173 Lone Hand Way in Breckenridge listed for just under 1.3 mil. That looks like that's a single family there. Carrie George has a cool little place in Grand Lake, or maybe not so little, in Grand Lake for 800. And Dan Derman's got a place in Estes Park at 2619 Ridge Lane. In Vail, Will has 300 Buckeye Creek Road actually in Leadville, but in the Vail office, Will has a Leadville listing for just under 1.7 mil. Look at those views, guys. I could look at that for days. Joan has 75 Cottage Drive in Gypsum for 1.3 and a half. And Brooke has 61 New York Mountain Road in Eagle. So take your buyers. All right. So Scott, are you ready, my friend? So Scott is the guy in the hat that's at all the events. He was with us last fall at Rocky Mountain Summit. So sorry. And Scott has is really risen in the KW realm. And one of the ways that he has done that is through his lead generation and his events. Let me see if I can highlight you now, Scott, instead of the screen. That may mean I have to learn how to use technology. Scott, thank you so much for being here. Marielle, if you can help me with that. Wait, hold on. I got it.
There you go.
Hey, all right, I win. Scott, thanks for being here today. Do you want to tell us about your business a little bit, about your team and your structure and kind of what you're focused on right now?
Nice. So my name's Scott Malouff. I'm out of San Antonio. I know that they just talked about Mega Camp, so I'd love to see y'all out here in San Antonio for Mega Camp. I do have an event I guess this is a plug. I do have an event on the 17th. It's called the Red Chip, where we raise money for KW Cares and KW Next Gen. We did last year, we raised a little bit over 50,000 for them. So love for y'all to be able to join us. It's a casino night. We do give away a lot of things at that event. So I've been in the business now for 10 years. Started off as an individual agent. First year closed 85 transactions. Second year is when I started the team. Brought on my who's now my director of operations. She was my assistant back then. And two buyer agents. That year we closed 161 transactions, and we've grown it to where now we close annually around 500 transactions a year. Been in the business now for 10 years. The way my team is structured is building a team inside of the team. So once an agent is doing once they've hit 4 million, then they've earned the right to start a team inside of the team where they get 5% rev share of the agents underneath them. I do have standards that they do have to meet when it comes to that. As far as weekly meetings with their downline, they have to take career visioning before they do that. They have to do 15 protocol, which is tomorrow. And there's other things that they have to do to continue to make sure with their leadership show up to the office a minimum of 3 days a week. So that's just kind of how my team has been built. Earning the right to be able to do that. And then we're highly leveraged as well. Victoria is our only in-house operations. Everything else is with our VAs. So on our team with the VAs, they do all our transaction coordination. They do assistance on marketing and pretty much everything that needs to be leveraged on the back end from paperwork. We use that with our VA system. So we use Cyberbacker for our VAs, for those that think or ask about that. We have 5 of those. And then we have a full in-house media team too. So we're very, very purposeful about social media because we're not secret agents for real estate agents. So we want to make sure we put that out as much as possible, and we're consistent on that. So that's a little bit about our team, what we've grown, and how we're continuing to thrive in 2026.
This 2026, what are you focused most specifically as this market has
So
shifted?
with the team, we're still, it's very relational based. So we do a thing called 50 First Dates, where we do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner once a week with 50 different people for 50 weeks. So the coffee, that's the coffee. That's somebody that you're looking to build a relationship with. This is the breakfast. Somebody you're looking to build a relationship with, or somebody you don't know yet. Lunch is with somebody that you are in current relationship with, maybe a vendor or a current client that's under contract. And then the VIP dinner, that is somebody that has sent you 2 referrals, you've done 2 transactions with, or somebody that's a vendor that you do at least 10 transactions with a year. So when we do these VIP dinners, then we do them correctly. We go to, a nice steakhouse or a nice, seafood spot. And our goal is to be able to understand what's important to them. So we're asking the questions. I know everyone here knows Ford. So we talk about their family. We talk about, how's work been. We talk about what have they been doing for fun. And then our goal is just to know their goal. And we become connectors. And it's how do we connect them on what they're looking to achieve to be able to help them obtain that by the end of the year. So the question we have to ask is, what is the goal you have for 2026? And then it's our goal to be able to help them achieve that. So that is what our team does. We're very purposeful of that. We do micro and macro events. So during the quarter, if a team member has closed 12 transactions, then we're doing a VIP dinner for those 12 people. We have a videographer in the corner that's taking testimonial videos, and we've dropped in 12 videos a week. We're called Testimonial Tuesdays. So that is something that they can put out on their social media, and it's consistent as well. And then we do our macro events. So we do a lot of philanthropy. So our next one is for single moms. We do a single Mother's Day brunch the day before Mother's Day. So I was raised by a single mom. That's like my upbringing. We actually grew up in Aurora, Colorado, so not too far from some of y'all, off of Alameda and Moline. So single moms, we rent out an Italian restaurant and we have a speaker come speak to the moms. This year we have about 100 moms that we're doing this with, and we have stations for the kids on the outside patio where they're making the moms cards, bracelets, flower arrangements. They're doing different type of crafts for their mom. There's a photo booth. While our team is out there with the kids, the speaker is speaking to the moms, pouring into them, and they're all in there together creating a community. Then after the speaker's done speaking, we have a buffet style for the Italian food. The kids go through, they They fill up the plate. We help them with that, and then they serve the mom like to the waiter or waitress, and then they come back and they do it for themselves. And then at the end, we do some raffles and some giveaways. So that's our next one we do. We do a big backpack giveaway as well. It's the end of July, early August. We give away 1,000 backpacks with school supplies. We rent out a trampoline park, and the trampoline park has a capacity, so it's for the first 500 are able to go jump that day, and then after that, we give everybody free tickets to come back on another day. So that sells out every year. We've been doing that for 6 years now. Then we also do a coat drive, we do a turkey drive, and there's different things we do for the community. This year, so every year we've done a concert for the last 5 years. Last year we brought in Jeremiah. The year before that was Trey Songz. The year before that was Mario, Bobby Valentino. So we do like an R&B theme at the end of the year where we do a huge concert. We do get sponsors for this event. This event cost us around $80,000, but we get about 150,000 in sponsorships. So it actually makes profit, and then that helps us for other things that we do throughout the year. This year we're doing it where we're actually teaming up with the five elementaries that are at the lowest as far as income, and we are sponsoring them during Christmas to be like Santa for those kids, and we're giving each one of those kids a present. So that's kind of the theme we're going this year. Everybody has to come with an unwrapped present to the event. We have about 2,000 people at that event. When we started small. So we just did like a barbecue. It was a casino night, and it was about 200 people, and it was about a $10,000 event. We would still raise about $15,000 in sponsorships. With the sponsorships, we have different tiers. They start from 500 and go all the way up to 10,000. And then our biggest sponsor is a personal injury attorney. He's $50,000 to have a title sponsor, and we put his name out just like we put in our name out for that event. Yeah, we do all the legwork and everything on the back end. We also do what's called piggyback events. These are different type of events that are going on in the city that are not our event. Yeah, we reach out to the person that's throwing the event. So the next one we have is the San Antonio Brunch Festival. The guy's throwing the event, but he knows the size of our database, he knows our reach, and he knows what we do. So we work with him to where we get a 50% discount for all of our database. We also have a booth. When people come in, they see our booth. We do a giveaway for Spurs tickets, and then we also do we're on all the marketing stuff, and we do a raffle before the event, giving away free tickets to people that we know. So we give away about 10 tickets. We get 50% discount for our people. And then when people show up to the event, they see our signage on banners, they see our signage, they have our booth, and then we get stage presence for our giveaway that we're doing that day. So when we give away the Spurs tickets, we're also giving away we're able to go on stage and kind of shout us out and talk about that. So there's ways to do that in any market. If you look on Eventbrite or on different things that are going on, Facebook events, and you can look for the next 90 days or what's going on this year that just talks to you and say, you know what, I want to be a part of that coffee festival, or I want to be part of, something going on in the mountains. Maybe it's a ski, whatever's going on. So I would just look at what you feel that you can partner with, and then do it together with that person. That person's still throwing the event, yet you still have signage there and you still have this visibility. And by the time somebody leaves the event, they're going to feel like you were one of the ones that was actually throwing it. So that's something we do right now when it comes to events.
We have no shortage of events up here, Scott. I actually got an email in the middle of the night when I was having insomnia from the Summit Chamber, letting us know that Oktoberfest in Breckenridge vendor applications are due soon. So that could be an event that we hop into.
Sure.
We've also sponsored a feature film at the Breck Film Festival too. So,
Nice.
I love this kind of thing. So here's my question. I love that you get involved with the community and the events, and I hear that the sponsors are really helping to underwrite the events that you're doing, correct?
Correct.
And tell me more about your real estate business. How do you turn these people into, customers, clients, and close the deal?
So that comes back down to the 51st dates. But there's also a lot we do when it comes to, we do expires, we do our social media marketing. Yeah. So when we meet somebody at the event and we're like, okay, this is somebody that I could see us building a future relationship with, then the next one comes down to coffee. And then, but it's not only me, it's my whole team that is doing this. So when you have 20 people doing 20 different coffee, 20 different lunches, and 20 different dinners a week, that's gonna all add up. And then if you're going to the same restaurant, say 2 times a month, and then you're asking them to help sponsor an event, well, then they see that you support them, then they're supporting you. But then also you're a client with them, so they know you're doing real estate. Then they start referring people to you, so it all becomes like a domino effect. So it's the micro is the 51st dates and the smaller events. The macro is the giving back to the community and the big concerts at the end of the year. And then social media is telling your story about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and your involvement in not only the community but also your knowledge in the city. When I look at social media, I put it at a 80-20 rule. 80% of your social media, you're the journalist. You're talking about what's going on in the city. This is what here, XYZ. The other 20% is the influencer. That's the videos that people maybe laugh about. They think it's funny. Those ones get the engagement. And then the journalist gets the competency. So that's what's going to get people that say, you know what, they know what they're talking about. I like them because of this. They have this going on. So like for San Antonio, what we have next is Fiesta. It's a 3-week party, doesn't stop. Yet there's different type of events, and being able to let the city know about this is what's coming next, or have you heard about this, or this is my favorite food at this event. Being able to be that journalist that lets that people know. Or if there's a new development going on in a certain part of the city, it's letting people know before it hits. Like we just got approval for a baseball field that's coming downtown in San Antonio. So putting that out, I put it out on my TikTok and got 80,000 views on it and like 9,000 different likes, and it went viral. So that kind of engagement too of the journalists and letting people know about what the future looks like. So those are the type of things that I'm focused on. We're focused on when it comes to our team.
I mean, I think I heard Jason Abrams a couple of months ago say that, we're not just real estate agents, but we are media producers, and I hear you saying that.
We are we're very purposeful about our media. So we're real estate agents that are also journalists. Yes.
Exactly. Um, does your in-house media team basically follow, just create, go to all of your events and then create those social media posts from that?
They do. So it got to a place where once I got to a place of doing 50 plus listings, and y'all's listing photos are definitely more expensive than ours because you have some really nice properties, especially in the mountains. But for me, it got to a place where the amount I was paying for photos was a salary. And then I was like, it makes more sense for me to have somebody in full time in house. Yet once you build that out, it's just like agents that join your team. Your world has to be big enough for their world to fit inside of it. So from there, it was okay, we got to build, like, okay, you've been with me now for 2 years. We got to build something for you to be able to grow because we don't want them to get complacent, or we don't want them to get to a place where they're like, you know what, I can just do this on my own. I just go start my own media. So for us, we built out a media company where we have it where other agents book us, and it's on the same type of split that I would have if it was an agent. So I help them lead generate, I help them get in front of people, and then I have them on a split model. So I have 3 people inside of my media team, and we have different vendors that different agents that hire us to do their media work now as well. But and to answer your question, they do a lot of our reels back like behind the scenes. So, when they're not shooting listings or they're not shooting for somebody else, they're here in the office and just doing cell phone quick stuff that they can knock out within minutes.
Well, and utilizing events as a huge part of your strategy also makes the social media strategy and the media strategy a whole lot easier too, because you're not reinventing the wheel. You have content.
Correct. And hiring somebody to do that for each event, plus photos for your listings, plus everything else, it just makes more sense to have somebody on salary once you reach that point.
For sure. So let's pretend that you don't have a team like most of our agents here do, or they don't have a team, I should say. If somebody wanted to start doing events tomorrow, what would you recommend that they do? knowing that they don't have a $150,000 budget for this.
Yeah, I would do the piggyback. I would look at other events that are going on in the city or in the area and see what speaks out to you. I would reach out to the person that's throwing the event. You can find their information very easily. You can just chat GPT it. And then I would reach out and say, I would love to be able to partner with you. Do you mind if we go to coffee? So then you're doing a 51st date. And then you're talking to them about who you are, what you do, what your database looks like, and then also asking them what are they looking to achieve? What's their goals? Is there a certain charity that they're involved in? And understanding them and why they do what the cause is behind the event that they're throwing, and then figuring out if that's one you want to partner with. And then from there, you're not having to put out $10,000, $50,000. You're just, you might have to pay $500 and get a table and a booth. But at the end of the day, your goal is to be able to get the data. So doing a raffle giveaway is going to be key, because when you give away, let's say, Bronco tickets, people are going to sign up for that. So now you have a little iPad that you got to make sure they submit to it too. There's a TCPA. You got to make sure it's all legit. Yeah, when you have the little plugin, then you get those people, they go straight into your database. So say you get 100 people, and in the questionnaire it says, do you have any real estate needs within the next 12 months? And the ones that say yes, well, then you can always do a second prize. So say you're giving away Bronco tickets, and then you do go giving away a $50 gift card to somebody's pizza spot or some restaurant, where you can call those people and say, the Bronco tickets was won by XYZ, yet you won the $50 gift card. The ones that said yes, those are the ones I would be reaching out to, even if they didn't win the raffle. You want to be back in front of those people. So you might have 100 people that signed up and 8 people said yes. Well, I'd be giving away 8 gift cards to the people that said yes, because those are people that you want to be able to talk to, be in front of, build a relationship with.
That's a really easy play.
Yeah.
Have you experienced market centers supporting agents with these types of events?
Our market center throws so I'm in market center number 2. So I'm in the second market center that ever opened. There's over 1,100 agents inside of my market center. They throw a lot of events with the market center as well. As far as supporting us with our events, not as much as I would say. They throw their own events and we're able to plug into their events. So we have a culture inside of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's the KW heritage culture that's here where I'm at, and there's always something going on. Like there's a class going on today.
Always.
Yeah, and then we have our own stuff too. So there's things that we do plug in. Like we have a margarita man that's coming up, and we're able to invite our clients and do certain things. They bring in Santa. So there's a lot of events the market center does. But then there's some that I'm like, we need to do this on our own. Like we're business owners. So it's like, we need to figure out, okay, what am I going to do to stand out, to be different? And that's one of the things. So as much as we do things with the market center, we do a lot on our own as well.
That makes complete sense to me. We because we have a much smaller market center, we've been doing some things. Like I said, we just did that movie night a couple of weeks ago. Our Mountain Properties group is doing that. And then last summer we did an event called Music and Mingle for Good, where we would hire a musician to come out and basically busk in front of the market center, and we'd have happy hour food and drinks, and we just invited some folks and raised some money for a local charity. So, and we'll rock and roll with that too, so that our folks can invite their people to come and not have to necessarily reinvent the wheel either.
It's exciting.
Yep. Any other words of wisdom that you'd like to leave our group with?
Dive into AI. Use a lot of. There's a thing called Manus, MANUS, that I've been really focused on lately. And any idea you can think of, you can build out the platform immediately. I've probably built 20 different platforms in the last 60 days that you can utilize. You can build it if you see other brands that you're probably paying for right now, like from lead generation to anything. You can build that out on Manus within an hour. Um, so that's something I would look at. And then for KW, like one thing that I'm doing, I'm starting a community in August too for KW Modular. I went to China last year for a month, and modular homes, the way homes are built in factories, it's it's completely different than what I've seen today here in the U.S. So there's some companies here in the U.S. that we're partnering with KW. So I'm starting a community called KW Modular. I've been talking to Gary and Jason about this for about a year now, and the way homes are built right now, as far as site builds, at least in Texas, is the weather conditions. They're out for 6 months to 8 months, and over 50% of new builds have some type of mold in them. And after going and seeing how they do this in Asia, and then coming back to the US and seeing some of the top companies that are here in the US, these are more affordable. They are better builds, a lot of them, and they're faster builds. I mean, these homes, once they get to the lot and the lot is already prepped with the foundation, plumbing, electrical, you can put them up in a day. So and they put together like Legos. So it's completely different than what we're used to, and seeing over there the robots that put the houses together, it's just night and day. Right now in the US, less than 4% of homes are built like this. By 2030, it's supposed to be 35%. And by 2035, it's supposed to be 80%. So there's going to be a complete shift from site-built homes to factory-built homes with robots and then delivered and put together. And I know when people think modular homes, they think like mobile homes a lot of time, or like trailer homes. It's completely different than that. So I would look into that, especially from the future standpoint. I know Wayne Gretzky talks about, when what made him such a great hockey player is he didn't focus on where the puck was, he focused on where the puck was going. And, we still need to, when you think of an analogy of like the sink and the well, we still need to focus on the sink, the now, yet you also need to start looking at the well and what the future looks like. So when it comes down to two things, I would focus on AI, look at Manus, look at Lovable, look at Claude, and continue to, chat GPT, deep think, and then plugging it in with, future of whatever you're looking to grow. So those are the, I guess, things that I would say.
Awesome. I have somebody I need to connect with you on the modular because we've been having some conversations around here about modular homes, and we've actually toured a couple of factories locally.
Nice.
So it's really interesting, actually.
Awesome.
Go
So
ahead.
the modular companies, like I'm going to Vegas tomorrow. I've already met with them twice with Boxable. And Elon had invested in them. So that's one of the companies. There's like, so the goal by Mega Camp is to have at least 10 companies that we're partnered with and pre-negotiate the commission for the agents that are part of KW. And then we're launching the community, and there'll be a free community. And then there's different parts once you get certified, and then once you become an ambassador. But that's our biggest thing, is going to these modular companies between now and then and making sure we have a commission already negotiated with these companies. That way it's easier for us to plug and move.
Awesome. I'll connect with you on that too.
Awesome.
Does anybody have any questions for Scott? Don't be shy.
It's good.
Let me see. Savannah, anything? I know. I'm just going to pick on you today.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, Savannah.
I know her group does, some pretty high quality events as well, as does the Skinner team too. So, all right. Well, if nobody has any other, questions, thoughts, or anything for Scott, thank you so much for being here with us today. And I'm going to be presumptive and say, Scott, when you come to Rocky Mountain Summit, we've got some pretty cool homes that we can probably get you into to tour. We just had a luxury tour that Ann Skinner put together for our crew, and we saw some pretty wild places. So,
I would love that.
yeah, awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great
Good
day.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. God bless. Have a good one.
Leslie,
Yes,
are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I just want to bring to your attention the last 2 days, I got two emails, people searching for me through Keller Williams, and they want to do Zoom meeting, and it's fake.
Yes.
And I tell them I don't do Zoom unless I have their phone number and I can talk to them before. So I just want to tell the other agent to be very careful because once the MLS here already send email, they get into your computer, they can take all your information, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for bringing that up, JC. Don't accept a Zoom meeting from somebody that you don't already have a relationship with, know and trust.
Yeah, it happened to me twice in 2 days. So I just got one more this morning. So I'm just delaying that, you know.
Yeah, they're out there. They're out there for sure.
They're out there, so be very careful, you know.
Scott's social media. Yeah, I mean, we can find Scott's social media for sure. I think he's gone. But I can find it. He's out there. It's Malouff, Malouff. Let me just type that in. All right. Anybody have anything else right now? Otherwise, we're going to log off and get ready for everybody else's next thing. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in a hot sec.